Perfect. There we go. Check.
Yep.
Good.
All right. Who are you?
I'm Aaron Newsome.
Okay.
I'm a singer-songwriter, musician out of Central Illinois, Pontiac, Illinois, to be exact. I'm Aaron Newsome.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So, funny story. You and I met, I don't know, was that 2 years ago?
2 Labor Days ago.
Two Labor Days ago on a barge.
Yeah.
And you did a great job. Everybody out there was like, this guy's awesome. Keep playing. It kind of made us feel a little weird because we're like, they're like, keep encore. And I'm like,
You guys had to come up after me. and they were like, keep going. And I was like, but there's a whole band. I just have a guitar.
I know. But anyway, you kind of, you did a great job impressing everybody with your voice and your playing skills. I remember some of the songs I was blown away, like the Stapleton stuff you were doing.
Oh, yeah. I love Chris Stapleton.
That was fun. And then the other thing, like, we were all worried about being electrocuted on that thing because it's solid metal.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you were there, but when Bryce and I jumped off into the water in the middle of the set.
Which time? Like, you guys were doing that quite often.
Yeah, that was.
It was a good day for it. It was awesome. There were like 70 boats out there, just like listening to music on a barge. And like for me, that was like very early on in my like starting to do music. I think it was like in the first 6 months.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and I was like, this is cool. Playing on a barge in the middle of a lake is pretty sick. I was like, I guess it's only up from here.
Those drone shots were awesome.
The drone shots were super cool because you don't know how many people are out there when you're just like on surface level with everybody else.
Yeah.
And then you're like, dang, that went back past the no wake zone.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there. So the big thing was, all right, it's a metal boat. We might get electrocuted. And then Bryce and I, halfway through the set, were like, hey, we're having fun. Let's go jump in the water and come back on this metal boat all wet and play our electric instruments. So, but we survived.
No harm done.
So that day you had done covers, maybe a few originals, but now you are solidified as an original artist.
Yeah.
And you got a lot going on. I've been following you. I pay attention a little bit. Tell me about, let's start from the beginning. Like, I think you had told me in the past you were in choir. Mm-hmm. So walk me through, it doesn't have to be a super long explanation, but walk me through how you got started into music and singing and acoustic guitar and all that.
Yeah, well, I've been like singing all my life, but as far as like organized and like going at it in a like organized and professional sense, I started singing like my senior year of high school, just being in the choir. A friend of mine was like, you really should do this, because I did like talent shows and stuff where they'd been able to hear me sing, and they were like, you should do this, you should join the choir, please. And so I tried it, and I actually auditioned, and the choir director was like, I hate you. And I was like, why? He was like, because it's halfway through senior year and you're just now coming to be a part of this. Right. And I was like, okay. So like I've always known that I could sing, but like he was sort of like the first person, and then there was a couple other people. My friend Brittany, who was really one of the first people to be like, you got to do this outside of like family and people who've heard me from time to time. So I did that, and then I really enjoyed doing choir my senior year. So when I went to school at Olivet Nazarene University in Kankakee, I joined a choir there. And then that was a more just sort of typical hymn choir, but a very well done. We did it really well, just a bunch of voice parts. And then from that, the gospel choir director heard me, and he was like, you got to be in this. You're not even going to audition. You're in the choir. Show up on Monday.
Love that. And
I was like, okay. And that was where like it was a gospel choir, which was so much different than the Christian hymns that I was singing, and the other orchestrations stuff and the orchestrated pieces and written pieces that I was doing. And this was much more like this like allowed me to hit that soul in my voice that I've known I've been able to have, but hadn't really had that outlet to do it. And so I was like, dang, this is cool. And like there's movement in here, there's rhythm in here, like it's so I feel it.
Yeah.
Like I like the other stuff, but like I feel this stuff.
Yeah.
And so that was really awesome. And that choir director, he was always like, don't get a real job. Do something vocally. Do something with music. Please do something with music. So he was pushing me too. And then I did some musical theater stuff in college as well, which sort of got me into the performing on stage in front of people aspect. And so I just put all those together. And after college, I did a little, I worked at a bank. I worked at the State Farm Center. I worked,
Yep.
doing a bunch of different things. And I was like, I hate all of this. I hate all of this so much. And so I started writing some music based off of like terrible days that I was having.
Yep.
And I would post it, and my friends would be like, this is actually like a country song. You should keep doing this. So I did that. And then I started finding covers that I knew I could sing, and I had a guitar that I knew I could play. So I was like, I might
Yep.
as well learn the songs that I'm writing and learn the songs that I'm singing on TikTok and stuff. And then from one thing after another, I just started going out and playing. My friend Ty John, he was like, you're good. Come out on, just play my breaks. And I played a couple of his shows, and his shows were like the first two places I ever played, and just like playing on his breaks when he wasn't playing. And people like, it's cool. Like, you're in a restaurant where there shouldn't be music playing, and you can shut an entire restaurant up, and like they turn around and be like, who is this guy?
Yeah. No.
Who is this guy?
It's amazing that you can do that. I've noticed, the thing that stuck out to me with you is a vibrato with that soul. So that's something that, me personally, I wish I had that, but that's something that people train to have, and you have it, which is amazing. So you have this, like you said, you can shut down a room with just the first note.
Yeah.
And when you hit that vibrato, people are like, all right, he's legit. Like, it's instant, it's instant credibility that takes, musicians like me vocally, it would take me a long time to establish that credibility. You get it right on the first note, which is awesome. Good for you.
It's fun. I have fun with it, and I'm just getting to the point to like realize that like, okay, I can accept the compliment. I don't have to feel weird about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, at first it's like, please stop telling me I'm good. Please, please stop paying attention to me. Please stop paying.
Can I have some of that? It's
like, please stop paying attention to me. And then, and now it's like, I'm getting to the point where like, I'm having fun with this. People are really enjoying my new songs.
Yeah.
My original songs. Like, when I go do my shows, I still throw out some covers because I don't have, a 3-hour catalog of my own, not yet, but I'm probably close to it. But I love being able to, do something soft of my own and then go right into like Midnight Special by CCR.
Great
and
tune.
Just like,
great tune. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you look at, when I go to big mega shows like Morgan Wallen, or even when we go to smaller shows, I think there's a little bit of artisticness to the fact that you can hit everything correctly on a good cover.
Yeah. And make it your own too. If you can make it your own and be like, oh, dang, I want to listen to that version again.
Right.
That's what's like awesome.
Yeah. So like for you and all these other artists, the way I think about it is if you can make it your own to put your own style on that song, then you've done it justice. Now the problem is, and I've run into this personally, is like when you try to imitate, it's not good for anybody because nobody sounds like Chris Stapleton. Yeah. Nobody sounds like CCR. Like, it just is not going to happen. So you might as well make it your own.
And finding your voice is a hard thing too. Like, like in college, I was trained classically, and so I still can sing that way, and I do very like in private when I'm at home and stuff. Like, I love singing all those operatic style pieces like Pavarotti. And like,
that's amazing.
I love all that tenor stuff because I could still get up there. But it took me like singing the choir pieces like that, and it took me singing the gospel pieces, and it took me growing up with Elvis and growing up with Johnny Cash as the primary like type of guys that I was singing as and listening to. And then it took, finding the Red Clay Strays and all these other influences to be like,
love that band.
Here's
so much.
here's my actual voice now. And luckily, I was trained to be able to sing well, so like I can sing what sounds to be unhealthy in a healthy way.
Yeah, that's
and
huge.
that's a huge thing too. Like, there's a couple weekends a summer where I have 10 to 12 hours a weekend of shows of just singing, and at the end of it, I'm very thankful that I can still sing and hit those notes that I'm doing, because a lot of my songs, I mean, especially at the last 45 minutes of the set, I'm giving them the bangers. I'm putting the good ones out there. So
time for the banger. Yeah, that's when all the drinks set in and they want to start dancing.
But the Red Clay Strays, dude, those guys are so good. I saw them twice. They were in Chicago in September at the Salt Shed.
Oh, I want to go there.
I saw them like the Thursday night, and I saw them the Friday night. And the Thursday night I sat sort of back, but the Friday night I was like, I'm getting there early, and I stood right up front.
I love the vibe they have going. It's so good. And the way he's writing the songs with the melodic lines is amazing. And then they kind of have this like style.
Yeah.
like a nostalgic thing going.
Very nostalgic. Like he looks like Waylon Jennings.
Right.
He looks like Waylon Jennings, like a young Waylon. He moves and sings like Elvis and Johnny Cash, and it's like all the gods of like country music and rockabilly music sort of like made this person in a pot, and it came out as Brandon from the Red Clay Strays. But those guys are great, and he hates when people say that stuff like that, because I mean they say it in their shows too. At the end of the day, they're just trying to do what the Lord's giving them the gift to do. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to do too. But it's definitely really cool when you can have that. Like for someone who's such an Elvis fan, I'm not going to ever be able to see Elvis Presley, but I can see Brandon Coleman and the Red Clay Strays and be like, that's probably as close as I'm going to get without having to go see an Elvis impersonator or something like that.
Yeah,
like, that's just natural when you feel something and you just like move that way. It's like I don't think he's trying to impersonate nobody. Like that's how he knows how to move.
Well, yeah, and that's the key. And like for you, that's you have a style that nobody else has. I will say the one thing that I like about your songs is the energy.
Thanks.
You have some slow ones, but you also have the faster ones, which we're going to play after this, and the energy's awesome. It's exciting. Like there's a lot of slow songs out there, and it's nice to have like a refreshing, like smile, like just grin type of song.
Yeah. And I always look at it like, okay, I'm going to have an album out at some point. What do I want to hear? Like when when Luke Combs releases a new album, what do I want to hear on that? That's what I want to put on my stuff, especially as a first one, like a debut record. Like I want to put some stuff that's really, really good on there. And I've been fortunate to be able to write stuff that I am very happy with, and been very fortunate to be able to record stuff that like, this is what I hear in my head. These are the musicians that I have, and they're able to give me everything that I'm looking for. So like the talent that's on all my projects and stuff is awesome. And I always tell people, it's like, I wish I had a group behind me, because the stuff I hear in my head when I play these songs is so much cooler than what you're able to hear with me and just a guitar.
And you will. I mean, the thing about it is like a lot of the music that we both love was written on a guitar, acoustic guitar.
Yep.
And then once you put that band behind it, just like explodes the song. But
exactly.
But the true barometer in music, in my opinion, is if it can be good on acoustic, you got a song.
Yeah.
But the other way around is difficult, because if it's good full band and not good on acoustic, then I start to question, all right, is this how is this song? And that's with like my own writing process. Like, is it good on acoustic? Yes or no? You check the box, yes. Then you're onto something. But
I'd never thought about it that way.
Yeah. All right, couple things here. You have a new song out, not album, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
okay. New song out. Tell me about that.
It's called The Lot. It's like my fifth song that's written about Pontiac, which is where I'm from. So I've got enough songs to make an album, but I think I've got enough songs to do a small EP based off of just Pontiac. But it's called The Lot. It's about high school. At the end of the day, everybody's done with homework. Everybody's avoiding homework. Everybody's looking for a place to do something that's not home.
Yes, sir.
Some people had, a abandoned Dairy Queen, parking lot. We kept it very in the know. We just stayed at the high school parking lot, but we called it The Lot.
Yeah.
So I took some creative liberties. Things weren't as crazy, I think, as I say in my song, as what we did there. But we had really good times where it's like, frick, curfew's here, dude. We gotta go, or else we're gonna get in trouble. But this is I love this song because at the beginning of it, which you'll hear in a little bit, it's like that, like that tribal Indian, like we were the Pontiac Indians. So like I threw that in there, and you probably didn't even realize that until I just told you.
I love that little Easter egg.
Like the Easter egg stuff. Like I got the master back before I put it out there, and I sent it to a couple of my friends that we went to school with that sort of give me stuff, but I hadn't told them about this song, and they were like, "Is that our like chant?" And I was like, "Yes." And
awesome.
They were like,
Good
"That's so cool." And like that's how I wrote it. Because I was like listening to something, and that's what came into my head, the chant. And I was like, I could do something with this. And so I wrote basically just those fills first, and then I was like, well, we hang out at the parking lot. Yeah. So I just sort of put it all together. But it's about hanging out at the parking lot with all your buddies. And
so the funny thing I wanted to tell you, we had a lot when I was.
Yeah.
I'm much older than you, so like this is pre phones and we had pagers at the lot. So like,
Okay.
so it'd be like you'd get a page, meet me at the lot, and you don't know who's there, what's there, but. It was a place where everybody went. The funny thing is all the cops and everybody knew we were there.
Exactly.
So I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing because they know it's all kind of like controlled. But yeah, we used to meet there, and it'd be some of the things is like I don't know if you ever heard of this, but gallon challenge.
Like milk.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
these guys would take
yeah.
milk. And everybody meet at the lot, and it's like, oh, Tom and Joe are going to do a gallon challenge tonight, and then they all throw up at the end. So
gross.
we used to call it middle park, I think, or middle is just the short, but that was our lot.
Yeah.
And that's funny because of this song, you kind of speak to everybody had a lot,
Yeah.
like in a different way. Like
Yeah.
maybe it wasn't called a lot, maybe it's not an actual lot, but everybody had a meeting spot.
A meeting spot.
And it's funny to hear a young guy like you. That's still the case because like our kids, I don't think, well, they have a lot. I feel like their phone's the lot. Like
Exactly.
meet me on Snapchat.
Well, like, yeah, when I was in high school and we were doing that, like, smartphones were just sort of popping off too. So there was like a social media, but it's like Facebook at the time was like not as social media wasn't as like I need to get on this immediately back then as it is now. So we had like our phones, but it was like, all right, we're going here, and we just like throw a football across the parking lot for 6 hours until we had to go home. And like that was it. And so like I've released a song and people really like it. And like the day it released, somebody messaged me, and I don't know this, but I love getting these messages from people that I don't know who you are, and they're like, this reminded me of the parking lot 50 years ago when we would hang out after school. And I was like, that's exactly what I want the song to do. So I'm glad you
Love that.
I'm glad you said that.
Good for you. Way to write with a purpose. Okay, rapid fire questions. One answer for each one. Artist that inspires you the most.
Elvis Presley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question would be what's your goal in 10 years with music?
To be living off of it comfortably.
Okay, not a real job. I shouldn't say that. Music would be your career.
Yes,
Full-time.
Have a career out of it, yeah.
Another question I want to ask you. I thought you were moving. You live in Pontiac, but are you still moving, or is that?
I don't think I am. I am going to stay in Pontiac. I was going to move down there if I could find a job to give me like benefits, because my main priority for the next year is going to be getting rid of some debts that I've accumulated and such, but to still record down there when I can. And I've already recorded down there with the convenience of just being able to go down, stay with a buddy who lives there, who I was going to live with when I was down there, and then come back up. So I've already done that, and I'm comfortable with doing that. If I was able to, if I didn't have anything, if I could find a job, you bet I'd be down there, but it just didn't work out that way. But that's fine because I've got a lot of stuff in Illinois, and it gives me room to go to Indiana, go to Iowa, into Wisconsin, hit those states. I mean, I'm looking for new audience this year.
You can do. You got the time on your hands, and you're a young guy, so anything could happen. Tell me what's coming up for you. So, new songs, big gigs, traveling, anything like that?
I don't have any really big gigs coming up. I am filling my 2026 calendar though, and like I said earlier, I'm trying to get into those other states, just trying to get some new people, new faces in front of me, and get my music in front of some new people as well. I am trying to reach out to more of the like grandstanding type of events. I opened for the Oak Ridge Boys in August, and that was really cool. And I had a really good time, and there was a good reception from the people in the stands and the people who were working the event too. So I'm trying to get some more sort of like country fair stuff that has opening availability. Trying to focus more on the opener side of things, trying to break through that door. I'm going to do as many bars and wineries and stuff as I can until then, but with trying to make a career out of it, that's just the next step that I think I need to, go to. And that's what I really like doing, not having a band or anything. That's something that would be easy to be able to do as a solo thing. But that's, as far as shows are concerned, trying to do that. I've got bunch of ideas as far as music videos and things concerned for the stuff that I've already got released. Dead Animal Bar music video just released for that. It's got really good reception, so make sure you're all watching that. That's a really fun one. And then The Lot, I'm going to be making a music video for that this coming summer, but I've already started the storyboard process. I've already started talking to people who I need to talk to get permissions and stuff. We're going to have like fireworks and fire and a bunch of explosions and stuff. It's going to be really, really sick. I'm incredibly proud of the creative aspects that everybody is sort of included. My buddy Andrew, who's shot all my videos and stuff and helped me out when they certainly don't need to be helping me out, but because they believe in me and I'm able to help them out as well. Like I love being able to do stuff like that. But I'd say just keep on following along on Aaron Newsome Music on all the socials is where I'll keep you as up to date as I can. But as far as big things, I'm going to hopefully get a record out this year.
Okay.
2026 is hopefully going to be my year for my debut record.
All right. We'll keep an eye out for that. So I'll link all the socials and all that on these posts. And then you do a good job. I've always noticed, and I think it's a great thing. And again, you're young, so maybe it's easier for you. I don't know. But your videos and your socials are really good. And in today's world, I think that's pretty important.
It's so important, but it's so frustrating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I want to be a musician, but I can't be a musician unless I'm a social media influencer as well.
I know.
And that's like, it's not, I used to think about it as a either or, like, oh, I can do this. But if you want to get people to notice you, like, social media has such a huge pull. TikTok has such a huge pull. Instagram has such a huge pull. And if you're not marketing yourself right, there's only a plateau that you can hit.
Yeah, the thing, part of this channel for me is what my goal would be is guys like you. Let's say you go tonight, you play a gig, and there's 30 people there. Nothing against you. Life's busy. Not everybody can get to that place. Yeah. Well, then only 30 people hear you. Yeah. So if we do things on here, maybe 1,000 people watch it. Yeah. Like, that's amazing. Like, the reach is amazing, but to your point, yeah, it's the
and opportunities like this for like short form podcasting, short form interviews, stuff like that, are all like super helpful because a lot of times, like, we just want somebody to ask us about our music. You know what I mean? Right. So to have it on camera and be able to like throw it out there for people to be like, we were just talking before we like hit record, is that like we love hearing about the musicians. Yeah. Like, what are they interested in? What are they doing? What sort of made them to where they're doing? Exactly. The Easter eggs and stuff is what you like. Is what you like to see. So podcasting like this is super cool. So that's a way that you have an avenue to do it. I'd say definitely take it.
Yep. All right. One thing I didn't tell you ahead of time. So I have young kids, and they're in TikTok and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you know all about this. There's the trends with the different songs. Yeah. So I want to hear you right now. Be careful with the mic. That's a little hot. Horses in the Stable. Have you seen that one?
I don't know that one.
Oh, no.
What's Horses in the Stable?
Horses in the Stable. You haven't seen that?
No. Oh. I'm not on TikTok. I really don't get on it that much.
I'm not on it either. I just put this stuff on there, and for whatever reason, I keep getting this Horses in the Stable thing. You got to see it. Horses in the Stable, and then so like they're dancing, and then one of the people in the video, they do this really ridiculous horse dance. But my idea for you, this could be like a trending thing. Okay. Get your guitar, sing the Horses in the Stable song.
It's a song.
Yeah, it's like, how they put the song over top of the dance.
Gotcha.
But you could play it and sing it.
I'm going to do that. Dude. TikTok, watch yourself. I'm coming at you live. Horses in the Stable drops next month by Aaron Newsome Music.
Well, it is a real song.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like a rap song. But
all right, I'm not
nobody.
covering it.
I'm sure. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. It'd be really cool to see somebody do it acoustically.
That's funny.
And then you'd trend. You'd trend because of the song.
My buddy has been giving me like ideas. Because it's very evident that a lot of people that I'm reaching are like older to middle aged. Yeah. I'm trying to get into that like teen to 20s to 30s to 40s area, but I sort of start right at the late 30s mark with my fan base. And one of my buddies was like, "You should cover some Rod Rich." He's like a rapper. Yeah. And he's like, you should cover some of that, throw it in there. He's like, I don't even know what you'll sound like. He's like, but the kids will love it. Right. Why not? And I was like, I'll try it.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me,
Appreciate
brother.
it. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
We'll drop all the socials, all the links here. Check out the new song. He's going to play it right now. And that's it. See ya.
See ya. That was awesome, brother.